Hey, what's up, guys? I am just looking at this. I wanted to go over something. I was looking in Matthew chapter 24. If we look here in verse 40 and onwards, we see, I'm just going to read this. And the context here, Jesus is talking about how in the days of Noah, the coming of the Son of Man is going to be. So it's going to be just like in the days of Noah. Okay, so then we can go back and study and look at, what was going on in the days of Noah. But I wanted to talk about this right here. It says, then in verse 40, then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore. Okay. Now, if you look here in verse 41, it says, two women shall be grinding at the mill. Well, right away, that makes me think we got two women, so that's two churches. That's two different groups of churches grinding at the mill. What do you do at the mill? You make bread. Okay, this would be two churches preaching the word of God. One is going to be taken and one is going to be left. Now, I had always thought before that, it was the one taken is the one that are taken to heaven, and the ones that are left are the ones that are left behind. Now I thought it was left behind for the tribulation, but I mean that's a false teaching that I've seen from what I've studied. But for a while I thought that the ones taken, just like in the days of Noah, I thought it was going to be the ones that were taken were going to be taken away to their destruction, and that the ones that were left, like left would be like a remnant word, they were left alive to be with Jesus. But now I'm looking at this again and I'm not so sure. This could be the one shall be taken to be united with Jesus, and the other ones are left to die. It's the bad remnant that's destroyed at his second coming. So I'm trying to get that figured out. I just wanted to go over some of the meanings here. When it says the one shall be taken, we're going to look at the Greek word shall be taken. It's the Greek word 3880, and it's paralambano. Paralambano. That's the Greek word. And what it gives us here, it says to take to take with oneself, to join to oneself. Right away, that's making me think Jesus joining his people to him, his church. An associate or a companion. So this definitely makes me think this is God's people. He's taken his people to be with him. I don't know if that's exactly what this means. I'm just searching this out to try to understand it better, okay? And then it says to receive something. Christ is receiving his kingdom, his people, okay? Now let's look down here at the Strong's definition. It says to receive near, that is, associate with oneself in any familiar or intimate act or relation. By analogy, to assume an office, to receive, take unto, or take with. So this right there is making me think that the taken are the ones that are taken to be joined with Christ, to be with him. I'd like to hear some of your guys' comments on this. We have some other places that we can look, but I just wanted to go over these because I'm a little unsure on it. Well, let's look at the word left. Okay, so we got the ones taken, and then the other is left. The word here used for left is the Greek 863, and it's the word aphiemi. 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 And now this is what it means here. It says to send away, to bid going away, or to depart, of a husband divorcing his wife. This would be like a divorce. The people that are not going to be with Christ are going to be divorced, and they're going to die. That's what's going on. The thoughts inside my head that I'm having here. To send forth, to expire, to leave, not to discuss, to disregard, to omit, neglect, to let go, keep no longer, to leave, to go away from. You guys catching this? I mean, I'm seeing that these are the ones that are left. They are left out of the kingdom and they perish. This is now what I'm understanding. I think I was wrong in my thoughts before. As we look a little deeper into this, well, the Strong says to send an intensive form, to send forth in various applications, cry, forgive, forsake, lay aside, leave, let alone, omit, send away, suffer, yield up. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm thinking that the ones that are taken to be joined with Jesus, and the ones that are left out of the kingdom. Because before, what I thought it was, like in the days of Noah, when you look at the days of Noah, the ones that were taken, I guess you could look at it two ways. The ones that were taken, Noah and his family were taken into the ark to be saved, and then everybody else was left outside the ark to die. I guess you could look at it that way. You're either taken into safety or you're left out of safety to die. I guess you could look at it that way. But if we look at that word shall be taken, if we go up a few verses up here, Jesus is going to use the same word here in Matthew. Let me find it here. Here we go, guys. Verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Okay. Let's read 38. For as in the days that were before the flood, there was eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. I guess you could look at like as he was taken into the ark. Here we go. Verse 39. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. See how it's got the word took? The flood came and it took them all away. It took them to their destruction. Okay, but it's using a different word there, a Greek word for took. Let's look at that one. For the word took here, it's the Greek word 142. You guys see how it's arrow? It's ahero. Ahero. We can see where it's so funny when you look at the Greek language because it's heavily influenced in our English language. But we can see we get our words like arrow and aerospace and air from that word. It's obvious. When you look at a lot of words, you can see that it's been heavily inspired taken from the Greek language. But the word used here for took, and this is explaining it took them all away to destruction in the flood. Now notice what the definition is. To raise up, elevate, lift up, to raise from the ground, to raise upwards, to draw up a fish, to take upon oneself and carry what has been raised up, to bear away, to move from its place, to remove, to carry off, carry away with one. Now that kind of makes me think of how the flood was raised up. It was elevated above the earth and the water, and it was carried away to safety. That's kind of what I'm thinking of, but I'm just a little confused on this, and I want to fully understand it. Here, Strong's, it says, by implication, to take up or away, keep in suspense the mind, to sail away. That makes me think of the flood. To expiate sin, away with, bear up, carry, lift up, loose, make to doubt, put away, remove, or take up. So he's using, just a couple verses prior, he's using a different Greek word for took. Then he uses here the one that shall be taken. So I'm just wanted to say that I think I was wrong before on this, and I'm trying to understand that fully. I'm not there yet. So it's something I wanted to show you guys. But anyways, I'm going to be looking at this further, and we're going to be discussing some other on our journey to Bible truth. So anyways, thanks guys, and I will talk to you guys later.